This is a follow-up recording or part 2 recording for cin object functions. Our focus is on ignore function, get function and getline function. Let me first talk about ignore function. Then after that I will talk about get and getline. These are the functions that you can use with cin object. The purpose of this function is to ignore or to remove one character from the input buffer, so that for example, if I have um, two variables, let's say data1 and data2, and I want user to enter this data, these two data. Let me have a prompt text, enter two int values in this form, something like this. Let's say 225 semicolon 28. If the user enters the data in this form, then how do I read this data in 26 in data 1 and 28 in data 2? So obviously I would want to use cin statement data 1 and data 2, but the problem here is that this first cin statement will read 26 and stores that in data 1 variable. Then this second statement will attempt to read this semicolon character, so it would fail. It is incorrect input type problem. So after that cin will be in not a good condition to read the data, so it definitely will fail. So to make it correct, to read it correctly, after this data is read, then I would like to ignore this thing, because whatever user types will get into the buffer. So from the buffer I want to ignore one character. Then after that it will read in data 2. So if I display uh, data 1 d2, so if I have this thing, let me show you how does this code behave by doing the compilation. So this is compilation, linking and execution. So it is asking me to enter two values. If I enter, let's say 26 semicolon 28. Now 26 was read in data 1 and 28 was read in data 2. Here, if for example, if I didn't have this ignore, then the data 1 would be read correctly, but data 2 reading problem. So we will not have the correct value in this data to display. Compilation, linking and then execution. 26 28. So data 2 is not read correctly. Now right, so for example, if I ask user to enter the data in different way, for example cout enter let's say double value in this in the form. First, I want user to enter some double value to 12.2666. Then put anything there, and after that, I actually let me have a double variable data 3. Then after that, what I will do is enter integer. I want to now read in the previously used variable, let's say data 1. Then I want to display both. So in this case, how do you manage situation? Because this kind of entry could be there. For example, if you read correct data, then after that, no, this is a garbage text. So if you attempt to, I mean, if this uh, scene attempts to read the remaining part, then there will be there will definitely a problem. Let me first do the compilation and see what it actually what happens. So 26, 28. Then after that, it is asking me to enter this form. So I'm actually entering, let's say 45.678. Then whatever. Then what happened is, for D3 it read correctly 45.678. Then after that, this thing was actually is attempted to be read by the next scene statement. It was not read correctly. So to make it happen, to allow the program to ask even for the next data entry, or in other words, to let me go to the code to actually ensure that make sure that the program waits for this data entry and reads correctly and displays. What we can do here is, for example, if there is a possibility that after the data entry there could be possibility that some of the things that will be entered which you don't want, then you can ignore it. So ignore, if you know exactly the number of characters that are going to be you want to ignore, then you can just put the number. For example, in this case, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. Just let me pick this entire thing and +1. I think this should be new line character as well. So I want to ignore this these many characters, and I want to actually try to run the program again. So here we need to include a C string if I want to use strlen. On the top, include C string. So 26, 28, and let me enter 4 5 6 7 8 9 followed by the same character that I actually used last time, and 24 5 2 4 5. So now you can see this data was read correctly. Where was it? So I didn't enter. I should have entered this. And, I mean, with the decimal point, but I didn't enter. So it just read this as a double value, and it displayed correctly. And 245 was displayed after that. Everything after this nine number 9 was ignored because we actually computed exact number of characters that would be entered after that. Let me run it again. 26 28. Let me enter double number 34.5678 and this thing, and after that I would have to enter the number for the data 1, 345. So now this double number was read without issue, and everything else was ignored, including the new line character after this. And then after that scene was in good condition, and then uh, this we were able to successfully read this entry 345. This is the another way. One way of using ignore is empty. It will ignore only one number. If you know this length of this string, the number, then you can put that number here instead of this. Could be a single number. Maybe you can count it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 and 36. So if you put 36 here, it should be okay. I should remove Australian. So it will ignore exactly 36 characters. Twenty-six, 28, 34.5678. I think there is something else that was copied there. So let me just copy it and paste there. Then 3 4 5 6. Now you can see it is correctly ignored. The this unnecessary characters are ignored, and only this data is read, and this data is read and displayed. This is another way of using it, and even sometimes, many times you may not know how many characters, because the keeping track of precise number of characters would be very inconvenient in many cases. Therefore, the more convenient approach here, better approach is to using this ignore function by passing two parameters. Actually, I want it to ignore, let's say, large number of characters, 256, but I want to stop early if one particular character comes up. For example, I want to ignore up to maximum 256 characters, but if a new line character comes earlier than that, then I just want to stop there ignoring. So it will actually ignore either 256 or the up to new line characters, whichever comes first. Let me 2 3 4 5 6 7 and enter int. So 5 6 7 8. So this is the better approach, right? So if you try to count the number of characters, and that would be very inconvenient. So just enter, and then it will automatically ignore. Oh, let me run it again. 26 28 2 3.4567, and after that maybe enter any whatever you want, and then enter the number 5678. Now it is actually read correctly. So these are the three ways you can use the ignore function. Now let me talk about get function. I'm going to be talking get function now. This is a function that comes with and this is the purpose of this function is to read one character. From input buffer. So if I have, let's say, one my variable, it will read the character in my my char variable. Let me have a cout statement to display my character. Now you can also use this in another way. Just pass this, right? So let me show you how does the output look like for this. I actually entered new line character, so that was read by the first character. Then let's say R, right? Let me run it again. It is waiting for me to enter a character. Let me enter A. Now it read A for the first character, but there is nothing in the second character. The reason is that actually I entered two things here: A followed by new line, because if I hit the enter button, I'm entering new line character. So A was read by the first get statement, and new line character was read by the second get statement. So therefore you can see there is a one extra space appearing. So to this is the problem that you can come across when you're using this kind of functions. You need to be careful about. If you want to avoid that, then once you get read one character, then you ignore one using this syntax scene ignore. So this will actually allow me to enter both characters correctly. So A and B, right? It's working now. So this is the way you can use get function. There is another way you can use get function to read the sequence of characters or a string. For example, if I have I want to write a name. Let me create a static array. Now if I want to read a number of characters into this array, then I can use get function. First argument I pass is the pointer, that means the name of the array itself, and then how many characters you want to read, 31 or 32, whatever. 31. And also you can choose to stop reading before whenever you come across this character, you want to stop reading it. Right, so let us see how does it I mean behave to our input. So I enter A, B for the first two get statements. Then after that, it is waiting for me to enter a name that will go to the uh, that array I created, name array. It will read up to 30 to 31 characters, and if I have this character somewhere, it will stop there. Now you can see the name. This name appeared in the next line. The reason is that after I entered this B, there was new line character which was still in the buffer. That was actually read at the first character, I guess, and then in the first character was new line, so it went to the next line. So that was also the thing you want to be careful about. But here, this the new getline function actually read these things up to this point. When it came across this character, it just stopped. So once you read this, you don't want to leave that new line character in the buffer. Ignore it, and then it stopped. Then after that, if I have, let's say, another array and I read again, so we have this getline should read up to this character, and then the remaining, the whatever was remaining will should go to this second name. So A, B, so you can see in the first name it went, and this Johnson was actually copied. In the next line, there is a it is the I mean this even this character was actually, because this get function actually lifts this character, it doesn't remove this character from the buffer. So that the content of that buffer goes to the next reading operation. So first character is like this. So the get function actually lifts the delimiter. This character is called delimiter character, and this is the maximum number of characters to be read. So if you want to make reading correctly, sometimes you may want to also ignore after you actually read this use this get function. That will actually ignore this character, and the next thing will be read in in the whatever you approach you want to use. It could be cin, or it could be cin.get, or this extraction operator, or any other ways. You want to make sure that at least this delimiter doesn't go to the next data. This was about the get function. Next I will talk about at this point here I'll talk about getline function. So getline is kind of similar to get, but it is actually designed to read the line, right? For example, um, you can use a getline function because we have this array, so I will use this array to demonstrate the use of getline. Here also you pass pointer as a first argument and the number of characters, and then after that if you don't supply anything, it will go, read up to the new line character. If you want to stop reading before, then maybe you can give some character here, so it will read that thing in name2. Whatever was left from this operation, this ignore operation, up to the point when it comes across this character will be read in this let me call this name2, and there will be things remaining. Let me create character name3. Let me just display this here, name2, and new character, sorry, let me name3 32, and you read in name3 after that and see what gets copied to it. Right, let me see the output for this. I think there was a typo error. So we have the problem here. A, B, and in the first case it will read up to the semicolon, so semicolon, and after that I have, let's say, and asterisk. Now you can see this Johnson was read by the get statement, and Sally was read by the get line, and the Jackson was read by the extraction operator with cin. So in the case of get, we actually use the ignore function, so this was ignored. But in the case of getline, we didn't do anything, but this asterisk didn't go into the next scan, this reading. Therefore getline function actually removes that the delimiter character, sorry. So let me go to the code. So here get function, we had to do ignore, we had to remove the character from the buffer. Get function doesn't remove that delimiter character, but getline function actually does remove that delimiter, so we don't need to use ignore after getline, and the remaining was actually read. For example, if I want to read this the remaining not using cin but using getline, then I would do something like this. And maybe 32, just leave like this. Compile, execute, A, B, semicolon, asterisk, Jackson. Now you can see here the delimiter was there was a semicolon character after Johnson Johnson, asterisk character after Sally Sally, and there was a new line character. When I hit the enter button, there is a automatically new line character. So it went up to the new line character and just it exited. It didn't wait for the additional character to get entered. So this is all about my discussion on ignore, get, and getline. Thank you for watching this video.